गुड मॉर्निंग फ्रेंड्स। पहले तो एक बात, मैंने एक एडिटोरियल लिखा है सोशल मीडिया के ऊपर और कैसे सोशल मीडिया हैज टू कंप्लाई विद द लॉज ऑफ इंडिया। वो मैंने अपने ट्विटर पे डाला है, सो यू कैन, और फेसबुक पे भी डाला है। हिंदी में है नवभारत टाइम्स, जो दिल्ली की लार्जेस्ट सर्कुलेशन में हिंदी न्यूज़पेपर है। तो मैंने हिंदी में लिखा वो, सो दैट द मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ पीपल कैन रीड इट। सो वो छपा हुआ है और मैं आपको दिखा देता हूं अगर आप देखना चाहते हैं तो। जो फॉर पीपल हु आर ऑन फेसबुक, यूट्यूब, you can go on my Twitter account and read it. I've explained in depth why we need to regulate. Secondly, now on to this Central Vista. This has been the main attack piece of opposition. And what has the Honorable High Court held? I will discuss some legal aspects of it with you, and also some political aspects with you, because we have become a legal, political becomes very mixed nowadays. If you are joining for the first time, please subscribe to the channel and join in for all the lives that I do. So, point one. What was this project? What was the objection? Firstly, let us be clear. The Honorable Supreme Court had, before this second wave of COVID, already said it's a project which is legal, which is constitutional, and the Supreme Court had dismissed all challenges to the project. And I am not surprised. Obviously, the government has the right to make a new parliament, especially when on record things have been placed which showed that the parliament needed improvement. That was when COVID first wave was there, and we were handling the first wave very nicely. Then the second wave hit, and it was challenged now in the second wave. And now I will discuss the political aspect of it, my views of it, as well as what the court has held. So the political challenge came to this because it was spread as Modi apna mahal bana raha hai. The Prime Minister is making a palace for himself. That was the political attack. Second attack was that in COVID, when there is no money, the Prime Minister is busy building his palace. That was the political attack. 1 lakh why? Let me come to that. I'll come to the legal aspect later, but I want to, not all of you are aware of the entire situation. So I want to give some opinions and what was the debate about, and then legal, because court will decide only on law. But public in democracy, political aspects also play an important role. So I'm trying to explain what was the debate going on. So the debate became that on all channels which do not like this current government, and on all YouTubes which do not like this present government, the attack became Modi apna mahal bana raha hai. Modi apna mahal bana raha hai. That was the basic line of political attack, even though the Prime Minister's residence is right now of what construction is going on is not a part of it. Yes, it is a part of the larger project. I will not deny that also. So then this legal challenge was filed that this work should stop during COVID. Firstly, the cost is not more than 1,300 crores. What has been projected now, what is being done now, 20,000 crores is being said, but that is spread over a few years. Any project, if you make a road cost, the road cost would be 50,000 crores. Doesn't mean day one. That 50,000 crores is spread over 4 or 5 years. Same with this project. Same with if you build a house. The house you build may cost you 1 crore to build. It will not be 1 crore on day one. If you take 2 years to build, it will be 10 lakhs some months, 5 lakhs some months, 3 lakhs some months. It will be broken over. Let's come to the second point. What happened in court now? And then I will give you my opinions. So now I'm coming to what the court held. The court held that Central Vista is a essential project. In fact, it said it's a vital and essential project. A. Second, it refused to stay the construction and said laborers are staying on site. So there is no question of COVID spread, no question of to and fro. Labor is staying on this side. No question of suspending the construction arises. Third part, they said that it has been awarded to a company, Shapurji Palanji, which has to complete the work before November 21. And we cannot freeze the work because everything then gets delayed. And let me add one point here. If construction gets delayed, then the cost also rises. Every delay you have seen on these highway projects, road projects, every delay leads to cost escalation. That is just the way it happens. For price of material rises, delay rises, your interest costs, a lot of things. The constructor then starts sending new bills. So they have said it's a vital, essential project. It will go ahead. Second part. The court has held that it's a motivated petition. That is, people have ulterior motivations. It means that people had some ulterior motivations to do it. And that is why the court has imposed this fine of 1 lakh rupees to say that you are not doing something bona fide. Bona fide means in good faith. And because you are not doing it bona fide, we are imposing cost on you for filing this motivated petition. That is what the court has held. Now, I have told you what was the attack on Prime Minister, that he is building his palace. I've told you what the court has said. And one more thing the court said. Court said when the project has already been held by Supreme Court. In COVID, you can't raise these new grounds because anyways, has the road project stopped? No. Has highway construction stopped? No. Construction goes on. And another part of it, because full judgment will come out, the another part of it is, in any ways, do you want construction activity to stop? Because then what will happen to laborers who are surviving and earning because of it? Kuch khaya piya nahi, 1 lakh penalty. Yes, 1 lakh penalty. The court came down very strongly on that. But now let me come to another aspect of it, which I have said on public debates. I had said logically, this is my argument, this is not a legal argument, because the court has to decide on different factors, but I was answering it logically on TV debates. I think it was Republic or Times Now or someplace. See, I don't remember now where I said, but if you will find this clipping of mine on Twitter, on my Twitter account, I have said this. I said, let me put, there are two aspects to it, logical and emotional. Logically, we have a $500 billion reserve. Logically, you can count the zeros in how much money we have in reserve. Logically, 1300 crore, 1300 crore for Government of India is very, very, very small amount. It's a footprint someplace. Our budget is enormous. We are one of the largest economies in the world. We have to become a 5 trillion economy. Trillion. 1300 crores is a very small sum of money. And that would be relevant. That would be relevant because they keep on saying the money being spent if India was in a financial crisis like 1990 or 91. It could be relevant. Even then we were not in that sort of a crisis and we came out. But anyways, if you were borrowing like Pakistan, receiving international aid of money every year to survive, then you could say this. Then you could say it. But logically, money is not our problem. Let's be very clear. Secondly, the political thing. There, a lot of you, and I love it, I'll tell you. This is an advice to you also. If you go and hear anybody's views and you agree with 100% of what he says, leave that channel. Because then you are not learning anything new. You should agree 70 and you should disagree 15%. That is what I always say. So this part you probably will disagree or you will agree, I do not know, but I will speak what I believe. So, and I tell everybody, at least listen to channels where you agree 70-75%. If you disagree 90%, you shouldn't listen to the channel because then the person's views are very different to yours. But if you agree 100%, then also you shouldn't be on that channel because then you're not learning anything new. I very seriously mean that. So now what has happened is this. This is my view. As I said, logically, the project can go ahead. Today, the legal part has also been answered. The legal part was earlier answered in Supreme Court. It has now been answered in High Court. Legally, also, it can go through. The third part is emotionally. With cold head, we need to assess not in people who have already voted BJP, not in people who will always vote anti-BJP or anti the government. Those two camps are fixed. Those who would always vote for the government and those who would vote against the government. Those are fixed camps. You don't need to, you can't do anything about those who will not vote for you. You have to provide them every facility in democracy, but you can't do. But the larger now, this is the opinion part. Your opinion, comment. Three aspects to any decision: logical, legal, emotional. Two, the government is right. Logical, legal, emotional aspect. And propaganda, which would play even after this, and I predict it will play, is the Prime Minister is making a palace for himself, is making a mahal for himself. You have to decide on the emotional aspect that COVID has caused suffering. You cannot deny COVID has caused suffering. Now you have to see on the emotional impact that is this propaganda emotionally upsetting people, that leave the Prime Minister, that members of parliament who for normal people are the elite of elite, that they are getting better facilities. It is a part of democracy. But for normal people, they are the elite of elite. So do you think that the neutral public will believe that we are suffering so much and the elite, the rich, the powerful are getting better and better facilities? That is something you will have to decide on the emotional aspect of it. And that is, nobody has the answer to that. That only when you talk to your friends who are neutral friends, when you talk to people who are living in villages who are neutral voters, can you get to know. And in democracy, emotional aspects are very important. Like they tried to say Chaukidar Chor hai, that completely flopped on emotional level. Nobody believed that the Prime Minister is Chor. It flopped emotionally, right? Is this parliament being built in COVID emotionally going to flop, or is it going to make the neutral people, the normal people angry? That has been true. Who has been fined 1 lakh? 1 lakh has been fined to people who filed the case as the court held that it is not bona fide, that it is motivated, that you are with motivation trying to stop the work of Modi, not Modi Sarkar, of the government of India. So the petitioners who filed the petition have been fined 1 lakh rupees. Anyways, as I said, I have given you my view. Legally, logically, I had said on TV before this project will go through. It should go through. It is legal and logical. On the emotional aspect, the jury is out. You have to decide how was it playing in the voting public. If you think the voting public is supporting it, go ahead. If you think the voting public is feeling angry because they are in pain, then you will have to reconsider it. But that is very difficult to judge also. Logically, you can judge. India has enough money. This is peanuts. Honestly, it is peanuts by the government of India standards. And legally, the Supreme Court had already decided. Other construction activities are going on. How can you stop this? So and one more point, the laborers are staying on site. So that is also gone. Now on the emotional aspect, please give me your comments of what do you think neutral people will. And please don't say there are no neutral people. There are always neutral people. India has voters who swing from election to election. That also you need to discuss. Fine is very less. The amount of fine doesn't matter. Fine doesn't matter. Current doesn't have, Parliament doesn't have MLAs. Parliament will have Member of Parliament Harshpal. Harshal. And the second part is, as I said, logically and legally. I have told you already, logically and legally it is there. But the emotional aspect that you would have to think is, when people are suffering, do MPs get better facilities? For people, MPs are elite, yeah. For you, our MP is not elite. So that is the other aspect, because I try to discuss all aspects. Some are factual. Factual is what? Legal. Legal, day one, the project was okay. Day one, the project was okay legally. And that's what the courts have decided. Logically, it is okay. The other aspect, you have to decide. You are the voters. I am the voter. That we have to decide. But anyways, the project is going through. And it will now go through with speed. And you will see what I'm saying. The propaganda will intensify. They probably will attack courts also. See, that's the beauty. In West Bengal, if they get orders in favor of them, then courts are good. Here in Central Vista, if they get orders against them, courts are bad. That cannot be. And when you listen to me, I always say, please, either you believe in courts, so believe all the orders. Some way you will like, some you will not like. Don't be like these libtards who, based on the order, decide whether courts are good or bad. Please don't be. So good order, legal order, and the court had to make it go through because it is legal. I don't see any, I had never had any doubt that the court will allow it. The other aspects are of democracy. You decide and comment what you think. One more thing very important is 7 p.m. I would request you all to join on the Hindi YouTube. I will put the link of the channel in the first comment I make after this video, so that we are having a very important discussion on third wave. Does it affect youngsters? Black fungus, what precautions to take to prevent it, and something called MIS, which is very prevalent right now, the doctor told me, and what you can do to prevent it. So 7 p.m. on Hindi YouTube. See you all. I want Hindi more, so I'll just share the Hindi YouTube with you in a second, if you will allow me. Just a second, I will share. You want it? So I am obviously on Hindi there, and I'm on English here. And whichever you prefer, you can. If you understand both languages, I try to do different stuff there and different stuff here. And 1 second, I will just type my name. Oh, I can see myself live. Okay, I can see myself live, and this is the channel. Yeah. I have not subscribed to it myself only. I just see when I've gone here. Yeah. This is the channel. Ishkaran Singh Bhandari. This is the subscribe button. Ishkaran Singh Bhandari. 522K 594 video. Jo bhi hai. I had started this in the first lockdown to do lives at 10:30. Anyways, so this is the subscribe button. Please press on this button, and this is the topic I have decided. Third wave, bachon ko danger, black fungus, MIS. So all that I'll be discussing. So reminder is set in 5 hours. So please join and discuss it. Now, see you then. Take care. That would be on Hindi. You can join. Hindi channel will spread your message more widely. You're right. I was doing Hindi. Then people said we are some of the people, and I say we are all Bhartiyas, and whatever I can do, I can do. So many people said please speak in English because हमें English में चाहिए और आप सिर्फ हिंदी बोलते हो. So I came here. This is English. This would be Hindi. So please subscribe, and I will do more videos on Hindi if you want Hindi. So please subscribe and join at 7 p.m. on Hindi. Take care. Okay, I have to close this now. Bye-bye.